Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I choose this outdoor to really dive into about resistance. So there's many way that we show our resistance in our life. One of it is we are unable to grow in certain area of our life. The one that we resist, the one that we think that, especially when we talk about this growth or what I mean, like a difficulty that we can't really get through it, like we are stuck. And the way that we are going to get over it is through accepting that we are in some way lack of the wisdom and knowledge to overcome it. But in order to overcome it, as you know, we must gain the knowledge and the wisdom and apply it into our life, our new life. But then here's the question, like most of us will ask ourselves is, am I that person? Am I still me if I change myself and apply the quality that it needs to overcome those difficulties that I say just now? Right? You're afraid of the loss of the identity that you think that, right, that is me. You identify yourself with the past. That's why you can't really get over yourself or the problems that comes with life. Right? It often divert us back into what we used to be. Example, making the same mistake over and over again. Okay, I want to pick up a seat and continue the chat. So we are continuously making these mistakes, and yet we are unable to learn from it. We have the information, the knowledge, the teachers widely available to us to learn from those mistakes, yet we are unable to do that. We fail to do that because we choose the old path, the old way of doing things, right, which leads to, like I say, you are getting back to where you belong, right? That identity, you can't give out of that identity. And that unacceptance to yourself keeps you where you are now, which you are not satisfied with what you have. You think that you are more than that, but you can't help yourself falling back into that trap of that old identity that you have. So here's the way that I do this to overcome the identity that I used to have, right? I change my identity. How do you change your identity, right? The way you do this is to unchain yourself from the past. When you unchain yourself from the past, right, from people who are injecting their thoughts and their feelings and their value into you or onto you, pass it down onto you, you reject their reality to become your reality. So that means that you will start to create your own value, your own worth, your own identity upon those knowledge that you acquire. But these things have to acquire from the deep work that you will put into growing yourself, your value. So guys, one of the things that I do is I read more books that helps me in the areas that I want to grow. Right? With that, you are setting yourself a new type of programming. So what we want to do here with Unchain, with our past, is we program new identity into ourselves, like what we want to be. We read those books that is kind of like shape us and our reality, and we have to open to the way that people think, like the authors, the people that have the experience of becoming who they are. When you shape your reality around those people that you want to grow with, it's like you are making them as an example for you to become better, to be a little bit like them, because you take the quality, their mindset, their thoughts, their experience into like your own value. And this is the benefit of reading from the books, getting the information from the books to apply itself into your life. And that will slowly unchain yourself from the past self that you assume that is your identity. So what do you think it becomes you? Like, this is what I discover when I read As a Man Think. Right, you can search out for this book. Whatever the men's are currently, or who he is what he think, or what is the perception that he have or he had within him, and he will act according to that perception of themselves. And as a result, he will get what he thought he is or he was. So look back again in your past. Does anyone plays a important role of shaping your mindset and reality? And because of that, it dictates your life direction in some way that you are keep falling back in. Like when you keep falling back into your old self, it means that you're not going to get a new result from falling back. One of the reasons is we keep looking back, we keep referring our life with our old life, and that makes us referencing our life with the past. Like, how can we reference in the past and hope for a better future? Right? It will always be the same thing, because the experience that we had, like we were referring to them, and we act according to how we act in the past. Like, make it example, a simple example. We react based on our past experience. And to unchain is to not relate our future towards the past decision. That's why I always say in my videos, make a different decision if you want a different result. Have different thoughts about yourself if you want your future to be different from now, from what you have, or having the things that you want. that your past doesn't have. So unchain yourself from the past is one way. And another way will be set yourself in the right direction to do what you're supposed to do to achieve that unchain. So how can we put ourselves in the right path? One thing to follow is, like, if you know that the things that you do now doesn't work, like the path that you walk right now is going to lead you astray, lead you to the same things that you don't want to have. Like, it's to take a new path, the path that you prefer. So put yourself in that situation that I have to grow. The place that you will force yourself to grow, and there will be fear in it for sure. There will be uncertainty. If you think about what is the right path will be challenging. There will be uncertainty and fear around that path. And if you have that feeling, maybe, right, most probably you are in the right path to your greater self, to your personal achievement, like ahead. So certainly not the things that you used to do. That's why I'm trying to emphasize here. There's something different. But it's in some way, it could be related to the things that you do, but you jump out from, like, working for your boss to become a entrepreneur. You start your own business and put your skill that you acquire last time into new things, into a new challenge, having your own shop or having your own business. It could be that, but there's still fears and uncertainty when you try to start your business, like start your channel or anything that is new. There's uncertainty, there's fear, there's a challenge. And that is what definitely we should be looking for. Uncertainty, fear, like maybe you will have excitement from doing new things, right? That's good things, right? That is what makes us want to go for the exciting things that make everything meaningful. Like, why we want to start this, because of this excitement, this uncertainty, but it kind of bring the thrill out of the awe of the chaos, of the uncertainty. It brings that thrill that something new is coming. So you want to fill yourself with that fear, right? That means that you are on a different direction, different path that you can work on to improve your life. And here comes what everyone fear of, right? Doubts. What if I fail? What if I can't make it through? I was starting from zero again. I will lose all the things that I'm built for, that I have. When it comes to uncertainty, the probability of that fear or uncertain things happen, worst case scenario, it may be happen only like 50% out of like the fear that you have. The chances it happens like maybe below 50%. Okay, you have maybe 70 or 80%, you will succeed with what you do if you put work into it, if you have good intention, and also you grow your overall self. So basically, you have 80%, 90% of winning in life. You have chance to improve if you are not staying in the places that you are right now. Because when you stay in a place you are not going to learn any new things. You know that. That's why that unsatisfaction of you came out. Like you have nothing else to learn here. You have to move out from that zone to do something better. You feel that your life is not just this job or facing these people that have been around for the last 2-3 years. Like you don't want to spend the rest of your life with them. You know there's no growth, there's no achievement that you can really make out of it. And when you realize that, when you have that thoughts of, I don't want this, I want something different, it's time for you to choose and set yourself in the path of embracing the fear and challenge, and also get into the excitement of doing new things, having new challenge. It's time to do that, because the longer you wait to start to do the things that you want, or if you have ideas, it kind of fade away. It happens to me multiple times. When I don't act on that passion that I want to really go into or start right away, it kind of fade away. Life will carry you away. People around you will put a new goals for you. They will set things for you to do, because you don't set things for yourself. So there's a word saying, if you don't plan for your future, your boss will plan for you. That means that you're going to do things for them, you're going to support their way to their dream. But sadly enough, we don't have one for ourselves. And when the time comes, when we get older, people tend to replace us. They can get more younger, more energetic, have more time, have more energy than us, and replace us with them, with lower salaries, right? And we wake up that time that we're facing that reality that we never think of. It's too late. And it's too late for us to want to do something that we used to want to do. But people are different. Maybe you have the ability when you are in your 70 or 80 to follow your passion on that time. But not most of the people do have that ability. The willpower, the ambition usually fade away when we get older. And that is why I'm here. That's why I start my YouTube channel, as I'm not that person that knows everything. But I do it anyways. That's what makes me me. And I also stumble upon a lot of challenge. And I always procrastinate to my works because of the doubt, because of the fear that comes around with the new challenge. Like there's uncertainty to me starting a YouTube channel. What will people think of me? Will I perform in front of people? What, will I be good enough for them? But they all fade away once I take action. So this is the last thing that I want to talk about, right? The action taking ability that we need to have in order to like step into a new life, like taking a new challenge. Like the courage that we must have in order to take action is very, very important. Because without that, we are going to be discouraged when time gets tough, when we don't get any result that we want in the time that we want them to be. The tide is coming in. Oh, I don't want to get flooded in these rocks. So I better move out. Beautiful, beautiful beaches. All right, then. So it's important to take action when we have the urge, the ideas, because they will fade away. They will go away if we ignore them. So I treat my ideas or the excitement I get from the new things I want to do as a blessing that God gives to me. Because not everyone will have this ability to feel excitement to new things. People may like old things. They like to do the same thing over and over again. And they feel happy doing that. That's okay. That's their life and that's your life if you want to do that. And be good at that. And make it benefit of bringing you a better life. So taking action from doing the things that you love to do over and over again, like also very, very important. So I'm not like most of the people that can stay and do one things years by years by years. Like people can do things for 10 years, 20 years. They still love it. They're still passionate about doing it. But this video is to ask you to jump out of that mentality of being a worker. Right? Something has to change. If you are good at something, you can relate it into starting your own business. Because you will not be having this strength or this ability to work hours and hours and hours when you are old. You want to utilize that as your advantage as you get older. You want young people to able to continue your work, your legacy. This is for those people who like their job, but it's not going to last forever. You're not going to work forever in your 70s, in your 80s. You want to have your time spent with people that you love. So without starting your own journey of being your own boss, you are not able to jump out of that worker mentality. And that make us like have weakness in some way that we don't want. But we will feel it when people replace us with better ability. Like maybe Robert will replace your ability to do your work, and you lost your job, and what else that you can do? Not many people think about this because we all think that we are invincible, right? Most of the time. So people that are living now, okay, you're watching this video, you probably have this thoughts like, I'm not going to die. Okay, it's not urgent for me to do things. Because like, this is to remind you that we all going to die. But we are not thinking dying anytime soon. But then we see the fact that people die all the time, every day, unexpectedly. Maybe they are doing sport and suddenly they black out and they die. And this happened again and again recently, as we can get information in a fast pace. Right? We tend to see like people dying in their young age with no reasons. But think again, do they think about dying yesterday? Do they know that they will die today? No, right? They never have a thought of they will die. And that makes us a procrastinator. We don't take action to the things that we want to do when the ideas or the courage, right, came out to you. They don't take action, they let it fade away, right, slowly die off. And someday in their life, they suddenly realize that, okay, I am not invincible. I would die. And unfortunately, maybe I will be very miserable if I get fired. But I don't have any things that is going to help me through this time. I have less energy, I have less mental capacity to do things. I have less strength because I get older, I have edges everywhere in my body and it carries me away. I feel pain at the night, I can't sleep. And this is how people get binge eating, okay, become alcoholic, like substance abusers. Came in if they feel hopeless, like they aren't prepared for what is it to come. So be prepared, take action, and also be responsible for yourself. Like, we want to have responsible for our growth, our future, because it's not other people that will take care of that, but ourselves. So I will leave everything here for you to have a deep thought about what you have right now, what you are doing now, and does it serve you? Do you live in fear because of the doubt of the programming that you had in the past? Is it time to get over what you can do? And all right, guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace.